Quick money syndrome is what Patrick Rubongoya, an architect and a member of the board of Uganda Society of Architects, cites as one of the reasons why the country continues to grapple with collapsing buildings.
Some of these developers, they don't mind cutting corners and they end up making heavy losses. And to this probably I would even add banks and insurances. How would a bank or an insurance really be found a party to a building whose collapsing can be attributed to professional negligence?
The unfortunate recurring incidents are also attributed to professional negligence.
Like we saw in Bwebaja and a number of others, people who are unqualified, unexperienced, in charge of big projects. That's because owners of such projects want to use low cadre personnel who they can afford to pay less.
More emphasis is being put on approval of plans instead of the actual execution of the project. However, what pains this architect most is the negligence on site due to poor supervision.
If you had proper supervision, most of these problems would be preempted. And especially supervision at the implementation stage.
Where there are supervisors on site, the project is usually affected by the low staffing levels that are commensurate to the workload.
In Nairobi, they have what they call, neighborhood planning. And a number of other innovative, creative ways.
The neighborhood planning in Nairobi demands that the neighbors be made part of any building that's coming up because in the end, any collapsing structures affect their homes. There is also the proverbial problem that is always cited, that of poor building materials.
The other day they confiscated cement that was adulterated. And again, that is also attributed to poor supervision. Under normal circumstances, you are supposed to check each and every material.
Neighboring Tanzania experienced similar pitfalls in the construction industry until the government resorted to testing all building materials. There is also a concern with the state of completed structures, as many remain wary of the fact that some could have been built using substandard building materials.
A few years ago, there's a whole town in China which was razed to the ground. And God forbid, I do not know how many buildings are standing just by sheer luck. And those are the most worrying. There's a dormitory which collapsed and it went down with 100 workers. God forbid, it was a 4-story building. If it had collapsed at night with children in it.
In 2012, a building in Tiana collapsed and left many injured. In 2011, a building in Tinda collapsed and injured 7.
Professionals say for as long as constructors continue to ignore proper building standards, accidents like this will continue to occur in the city.
It has become a song with each year that passes. Before NTV's reporter filed her report in 2010, similar warnings had been sounded. In the same year, November 2010, a building in Namasuba caved in. The list is long and it is expected to grow with fatalities. To Rubongoya, it will ably stop when the government takes a firm stand. For now, its involvement is yet to be felt. Florence Nalimba, NTV.